is a horrible human being, and we have to continue our drive until he's terminated.
Michael Jackson rarely confronted anyone publicly, but that doesn't mean the people who went against him never had reason to rethink their decisions.
So I did this, right? So I said, fuck Michael Jackson, I hate this nigga. And so all those years I was mad at this nigga, right?
Mike Tyson's first meeting with Michael left him with a pretty bad impression, and that resentment stayed with him for years.
I'm with Don King, so he says, let's go see Michael. Michael's playing, he's in Cleveland. So I go see Michael, and soon as Don King, I'm behind Don, but as soon as Don King sees them and he sees Don, they go like this. And so I'm with Don, I was thinking, I go like this and Michael put his hands down. I said, no, that's a mistake. But I'm conscious about that, because I'm insecure. No, he didn't do that to me, ain't to me. So we get that stuff, right? And Michael's sitting over there by the door, open door, waiting for a car to come pick him up, I believe. And I'm saying, everybody's going nuts about me because I beat Spinks, and it was crazy back then. And I said, let me go say hi to Michael because he's getting ready to leave. And I go up to Michael, I get close, and I say, hey, where do I know you from? Look familiar to me.
That's what you said to Michael?
That's what he said to me. Oh. Look familiar to me, where do I know you from?
Everybody's got their own bubble, huh?
Like that. That was beautiful. I just left.
Oh, man.
That's the first time I met him. So,
that's famous right there.
Oh, I loved it, right? But, so I did this, right? So I said, fuck Michael Jackson, I hate this nigga. And so, all those years I was mad at this nigga, right?
That only began to change when Rodney Jerkins told Tyson that Michael wanted to meet him. As a genuine fan, Mike immediately put everything else aside and went to meet his idol.
Rodney Jerkins, he's doing music with him, and he said, hey, Mike, man, I'm here with Mike. Why don't you just come down? Oh, look at me with Sammy Davis and all that. I told you I was with the big boys when I was a baby.
Frank Sinatra!
Listen, right, he said, yo, man, I said, fuck Mike, I don't want to hang out with no Mike. He played me. That nigga played me, Rodney. He said, no, Michael said you want to see. I said, you really? He mentioned my name?
Consideration you deserve.
No, when I met him at his house, then I learned to respect him. I knew he was a player.
Right.
I thought he was a little retarded little boy. He was playing like a kid for these whites, but he was a player.
While Michael was dealing with serious legal troubles, Eminem released Just Lose It and turned him into a target of ridicule. But bringing Michael's hair fire accident into the music video was what truly pushed things too far.
Tell us how that hurt you and how you're feeling about it now.
I've never met Mr. Eminem, and to have him, I've always admired him, and to have him do something like that was pretty painful as an artist to another artist. And it's sad because, well, I think what Stevie Wonder said is true. And I just don't want to say too much more than that. But he should be ashamed of himself, what he's doing. Stevie said he's bull. That's what he said.
Stevie did, and
he used the word.
He is bull.
That's what he said. I mean, I'm not...
Ironically, during an MTV interview, Eminem spoke about Michael in a very different tone, making everything that had happened before seem far less serious.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional, but I'm just happy that Michael Jackson is hurting me, you know? So
I was thinking that too, like, that's the kind of cool side of it.
The fact that he's hurting me is, you know, that does me enough. But like the personal things, you know, that was not planned. It was making no personal judgment on Michael Jackson. It was not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was completely meant to be ball and jest.
After all the mockery, Michael eventually found himself holding an even bigger advantage, and this time it was tied directly to Eminem's music.
Do something that's totally different and unusual. It's like, I hate to say it, but it's like what all songwriters say. It's true. It's like you don't write the song writes itself, and it just kind of falls into your lap. It's like when you say, gee whiz, did I do this? It was that sort of thing.
Is video the same, or is video more work?
Kind of. I think so. It's a cousin of the same creative, you know, intent, I think.
In fact, Michael had made a similar move more than 20 years earlier, except the person involved back then wasn't some distant rival, but someone who had once been one of his closest friends.
Tell us what this photograph brings to mind. This taken in 1982. You worked with Michael Jackson on, was it Thriller? You did songs for that album?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. You know, we had a great time. It was Christmas, and I was at home, and my phone rang, and a little voice, you know, talked to me, and I said, "Who's this?" You know, kind of guarding my privacy, private number. I said, "Who's this?" "It's Michael." I said, "Michael who?" Because I thought it was, you know, a little bit sort of dodgy. But anyway, he said, "Michael Jackson." He said, "You want to make some hits?" So I said, yeah, sure. So...
The turning point came when Paul gave him some business advice. But that very conversation would later help create tension between the two.
It actually kind of fell apart a little bit later because he was talking to me and asking my business advice. And one of the things I said to him was, think about getting into music publishing. And then he looked at me kind of, I thought he was joking. He said, "I'm going to get yours."
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I kind of thought, oh, you. But it turned out to be true. And...
By Binduka's use Sexenbesh, Michael made a business move that seriously damaged their friendship.
What I don't like is that I've actually written to him a couple of times with Dish in the Dirt. Howard, you got me at it.
Go ahead, yes.
I don't normally
You wrote him a couple of letters.
Wrote him a couple of letters saying, Michael, don't you think after, like, even if I was just a writer on the payroll, after 30 years of being reasonably successful for this company you now own, don't you think I could have a raise?
Yeah.
And, you know, he said, "Oh, Paul, that's just business." I said, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've never talked about it. He won't even answer my letters.
Oh, my
so, you
God.
know what? If we haven't got that great a relationship.
After that, he began commercially exploiting the Beatles' music catalog, and one decision to license a song for advertising drew a strong reaction from Paul.
Rock and roll, some of it is Broadway stage shows and others are ballads from years gone by. But Michael Jackson has the rights now to all the Beatles stuff. How much did it bother you when Revolution was used to sell Nike sneakers and things like that?
Heaps. Yeah, you know, it was, I'll tell you why. You see, with the Beatles, we had all those offers. You know, anybody who publishes songs, you get those offers. Hey, can we use this commercial? We had the offers from the big soft drinks companies. You know who I'm talking about. Big, huge offers to use a Beatles song, to use this and that. But we always turned them down because we believed it'd devalue the whole thing. We'd be seen to be selling out, which we were keen not to do. You know, we kind of felt that our fans believed in us and that we owed them some sort of integrity. We talked to them. We knew what they thought of us, you know. So something like Revolution, you know, it meant more than a pair of sneakers. So, and I think the danger is it does devalue it. And I think even commercially, it's not that great a decision.
Michael's relationship with Madonna also went through a fairly tense period, to the point where some of her public comments made it hard to believe they had ever been close.
Well, what did you think about Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie actually turning up at the beginning?
I thought it was interesting the way Lisa Marie curiously turned her mouth away from his. I think she didn't want to smear her lipstick, though. I didn't think it was anything personal.
Or maybe his lipstick.
Exactly.
Michael didn't stay silent about what Madonna said either. And according to him, the rift began after he turned down an invitation to go out with her.
This definitely what she wrote some mean things about the friends, and I said, they admire you and know you're wonderful and great, but they're jealous because they wish they were in your place, wish they were in your shoes. And M is one of them. Madonna, she's not a nice. She hasn't been kind. Absolutely. She's a woman, and I think that's what bothers her. Women don't scream for other women, and men are too cool to scream for women. And I get that. I get the fainting and the adulation and the notoriety that she doesn't. She can't get that.
Over time, that distance began to fade. And when Michael entered one of the most heavily scrutinized periods of his life, Madonna publicly stood by him.
There is no question that Michael Jackson was one of the greatest talents the world has ever fly. Dare to dream. Be anything that you wanted to be. Because that is what heroes do, and Michael Jackson was a hero. He was so unique, so original, so rare, and there will never be anyone like him again. He was a king. He was also a human being. And alas, we are all human beings. And sometimes we have to lose things before we can truly appreciate.
The tension between Michael Jackson and Prince is often said to have started on James Brown's stage, when Michael suggested bringing Prince into the performance.
Give him a big round of applause because he just insisted that I introduce Prince. He's here. Prince. 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 All right. All right. Prince, you gotta do something. You gotta do something.
The problem was that Prince didn't appear to be in the best condition when he stepped on stage, and that appearance later became an important part of the story surrounding the two of them.
Jackson, you'll see James Brown say, Micah, you out there? Micah. So then Michael comes on stage, does his thing, and then Michael whispers in James Brown's ear, and so then James goes back on the mic and says, and give it up for Micah, because he insists that I bring up Prince. Prince, you out there, Prince? And then Prince is on the shoulders of his bodyguard, and they bring him up on stage. So then Prince gets up on stage and rips the guitar in half, and then he grabs on this pole that's on the stage, and he thinks it's secure, so Prince falls into the audience. So Prince thought that he was sabotage. And so then after the show, so during the show, Prince comes with his bass, and he walks to the front of to the section where Mike was in, and he plays the bass in Mike's face. And then after Prince left, Mike says, why was Prince playing the bass in my face? I was like, I think he wanted to just, show you respect. He's like, no, he's a meanie.
Even so, their rivalry may never have been as intense as the rumors suggested, because when Prince spoke with Chris Rock, he offered a very different perspective on Michael.
There was never like any rivalry between you and Mr. Jackson?
Not to me, no.
Okay. So I love the story of you, just all these Prince, I'm sorry. That's the guy you used to be. Mm-hmm. It's the story of you turning down Bad.
Well, that Wesley Snipes character, right. that would have been me. There again, hopefully the press will get to the point where we'll it'll be a law where you have to tell the truth. It won't be about speculation. I'm a musician. I live for that. I live for playing and creating.
But the most difficult relationship in Michael's life wasn't with anyone in the headlines or with another celebrity. It began inside his own family, with his father, Joseph Jackson. And one of the rare times Michael Jackson actually looked ready to square up with someone came during a completely playful moment with Muhammad Ali on television.
Say, Jim, you think I could ever float like a butterfly? Bam.
Well,
sting like a bee?
Well, you got the butterfly part down, Brother Michael, and you sing real sweet to complete the cycle. But before you can sting people out of their wits, you gotta put on some meat and keep on eating your grits.
Man, you cold, man.